Hello, friends. Paul Angelo here. Welcome to another podcast. This podcast is a very optimistic podcast about sexuality. Many of us complain about the state of affairs with dating, with meeting each other. And what we are missing out on is the revolution of sexuality, gay sexuality specifically, that is happening right now with the presence of sides. So men who have done the anal sex and decided that it's not for them, and who are publicly sharing it on hookup apps like Scruff. There's this new designation. You can be an official side. This is extraordinarily revolutionary on so many levels that we will be spending more time discussing sides, because this is not about sex, really. This is about consciousness. These men have uprooted the entire philosophy of gay sexuality. If you've been following me for years, you know I've been talking about the dangers of anal sex for years. So this whole side revolution is going to sweep through the gay population like a divine intervention. Seriously, because what it does, it introduces a pause. So this is like mindfulness. So a gay guy walks around and he meets a side, and he's shocked that there are other gay guys who don't want anal sex anymore. He's actually shocked. He says, "What? No intercourse? Then what are you going to do?" So this person who is aside introduces a mindfulness pause. That this gay man who has not been around men who are sides, he never thought that reflecting on sexuality is going to reach such high level where these men don't want the intercourse anymore, or whatever we call the intercourse. Well, in reality, it's insertion, but that's for technical sexuality. So we call it intercourse just to simplify it, but in reality, it's not. It's insertion, it's stretching, it's mutilation of the organ. And that's why so many gay men become bottoms, is because this pain is mixed with pleasure, and it becomes a very potent aphrodisiac that cannot be competed with through any other form of pleasure. This is the ultimate form of pleasure. We're not supposed to have this level of pleasure because it's mixed with pain, so it takes on trauma bonding, psychological and philosophical complexity that takes years, if not decades, to undo. And this is also why these men who are sides, they are like medicine to our community. Because these men are introducing an interruption to the lives of gay men who are all for anal intercourse. And that interruption pattern, that intercept, causes them to have a chance to snap out of this pain-pleasure dynamic. And I have been paying attention to this for many years. I do see an increase, a significant increase in men who call themselves sides. I recently had a sexuality workshop, and a man from California came into the workshop, and he was telling everybody about the fact that he is concerned about his lover because he's a top, he is sexually hyperactive, and yet he loves him, and he's a side, and he wants to keep him. And so we discussed how to navigate a situation where one person is a side. He's not a bottom, he's a side. His lover is a top. How do they navigate this? It's really interesting that these sexual changes produce a thoughtfulness, mindfulness, an extra bit of awareness for everybody around them. Everyone. Everyone who meets a side has to stop and pause. Isn't that great? And that the anal era is now reaching its completion and conclusion. And we see signs of that with 80% of men becoming bottoms through this pattern of pain and pleasure that is so potent that cannot be competed with anything else. That's why it's so highly desirable. And my research has led me to believe that when you combine pain and pleasure and put it in sexuality, that it actually alters your nervous system in significant ways. It literally alters the proprioceptors of pleasure. You are perceiving your body differently when you introduce into your nervous system a behavior that involves closeness, intimacy, dopamine, and a lot of the hormonal activity, and on top of that, pain and pleasure. And this pain here is really crucial because all the gay men who pretend that there is no pain when you first become a bottom, there is a lot of pain, but then that pain is desensitized. So this pain does not go away. It's just that those tissues are desensitized, often through poppers and many other factors. And this introduces such a radical shift of how the nervous system perceives itself and the body and your consciousness, that this alters a lot of other perceptions of reality in your life, especially when it comes to personal health, nutrition, the role of your body, how your body feels, what you allow, what you don't allow. Now, we could say the bottom line for your existence is the combination of pain and pleasure. That becomes the foundation on top of which you build your life. So this is not something that you can trivialize and it will go away. No, the mixture of pain and pleasure and then the game that is played to not see it altogether changes your life. It changed my life. It changes everyone's life who participates in it unconsciously. Because that's the name of the game when we work with arousal. Arousal also introduces denial. Arousal is a space of unconsciousness, not thinking and consciousness and awareness and intentionality. So arousal is this magical potion that men drink every day. We are aroused a lot. And out of this arousal comes a weakness, a man's weakest spot, the Achilles heel. This is the place where you can get manipulated, you can get taken, you can get influenced in ways that will be difficult to perceive if you're not trained. You're getting this training right now, and this is why the revolution that has to do with uprooting the attachment to anal intercourse is so important, because it will change us. Because you're going to start noticing that these sides have more successful relationships. They have more thoughtfulness, not just in sexuality, but also in intimacy with love. And so these men are almost like priests. They are sexual priests. A man who is a side is your priest, your sexual priest. He's going to come into your life and he's going to surround you with sexual stability, sexual calm and peace. It's similar to pouring cold water on traumatized individuals. That cold water is going to bring an interruption of the trauma acting out, and is going to bring in an interruption of unconsciousness, and introduce mindfulness and introduce awareness, the kind of awareness that's necessary for us to understand who we truly are as a gay species, as what I call non-insertive consciousness. Awareness, waiting to be expressed. That is our functional, logical next step. And the presence of sides means that this evolution is occurring without anyone's control. That even a gay community that is going crazy and out of control with sex is going to experience gay men from within the community revolutionizing the approach to sex and introducing it into the gay population from within the population. So typically we see demoralization through sexuality, porn, and hookups. And this is the opposite of that. Happening on a bigger scale amongst a lot of gay men that is now becoming popular. I do believe that in a few years, it's going to be cool to be a side. That if you're still from the anal era, it's like you're going to be looked down upon as a gay guy who never got it. That he never understood it. He never actualized. He is still holding on to the old narratives. So the presence of sides introduces a mindfulness interception in our automated reactions to sex. These sides are like priests entering with holy water to our bedrooms, and they're saying, let's slow down, let's pause, let's see how this really feels, let's be more gentle, let's be more creative, let's do something different. And this is why this is incredible and revolutionary on a scale that is going to shake up our entire philosophy for what it means to be gay. And it's happening automatically. And my desire and hope is that we can call this movement out and then guide it a little bit, give it a philosophical spin, give it a direction, and then use it as an opportunity to build futuristic, kind of science fiction-like relationships that are going to set into motion new ways for human beings to come together in the bigger world, with the straight world. So I think we are up to something really interesting with the gay community. And this is hopeful that even in a space of chaos and loneliness and decay, we have divinity weaving itself through us. This is not straight people coming to help us. This is not the LGBT community and people. No, this is the gay from within. The gay from within. Okay, my friends, I'm looking forward to more discussions like these. Please join us at the Big Gay Family social program and get ready for some amazing new announcements coming up soon. Okay, my friends, I'll see you in the next podcast. Take care.